Crash course on international relations, globalization and global governance. Gain an understanding of the challenges of globalization and the role of global governance institutions. Certainly, I would be happy to provide a crash course on international relations, specifically on globalization and global governance. Let's start with some interesting examples and stories to excite our readers. One notable example of globalization is the spread of fast food chains across the world. McDonald's, for instance, has over 38,000 restaurants in 100 countries. This demonstrates how globalization has led to the dissemination of American culture and consumerism around the world. Another example is the rise of China as a global superpower. China's rapid economic growth and integration into the global economy has led to it becoming a major player in international relations, challenging the traditional dominance of the United States and other Western powers. A story that highlights the challenges of globalization is the Rana Plaza tragedy in Bangladesh. In 2013, an 8-story garment factory collapsed, killing over 1,100 people and injuring thousands more. This tragedy shed light on the poor working conditions and low wages in the garment industry in developing countries, which is fueled by the demand for cheap clothing in the West. It also sparked a global conversation about the need for greater corporate responsibility and improved labor standards in global supply chains. Now, let's move on to the top 12 challenges of globalization and the role of global governance institutions. 1. Economic inequality. One of the most significant challenges of globalization is the widening gap between rich and poor. Globalization has led to a concentration of wealth in the hands of a few, while many struggle to make ends meet. 2. Environmental degradation. The increased flow of goods and people across borders has led to greater environmental degradation, including climate change, pollution, and deforestation. 3. Cultural homogenization. Globalization has led to the spread of Western culture and consumerism, which can threaten local traditions and values. 4. Political instability. The integration of countries into the global economy can lead to political instability, as seen in the Arab Spring uprisings in the Middle East. 5. Labor exploitation. Globalization has enabled companies to move production to countries with lower labor standards and wages, leading to exploitation of workers. 6. Terrorism. The interconnectedness of the global economy can facilitate the movement of people and resources that can be used for terrorist activities. 7. Intellectual property rights. The global economy has led to greater competition and innovation, but it has also created challenges around intellectual property rights and piracy. 8. Cybersecurity. The increased reliance on digital technology in the global economy has led to greater vulnerability to cyber attacks and hacking. 9. Health crises. Globalization can facilitate the spread of infectious diseases, as seen in the COVID-19 pandemic. 10. Refugee crises. Globalization has led to increased migration and displacement, as people seek better economic opportunities and flee conflict and persecution. 11. Resource depletion. The increased demand for natural resources, such as oil and minerals, has led to resource depletion and conflict over scarce resources. 12. Corruption. The interconnectedness of the global economy can enable corruption, as seen in the recent revelations around the Panama Papers. In response to these challenges, global governance institutions have emerged to provide frameworks for international cooperation and regulation. These institutions include the United Nations, World Trade Organization, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and others. These institutions work to promote global cooperation on issues such as peace and security, economic development, and environmental sustainability. The United Nations, for example, plays a key role in promoting peace and security through its peacekeeping operations and diplomacy efforts. The World Trade Organization works to promote free trade and regulate international commerce. The International Monetary Fund provides financial assistance to countries in need, while the World Bank supports development projects in developing countries. However, these institutions are not without their challenges. Some criticize them for being dominated by the interests of powerful countries and corporations, while others argue that they lack democratic accountability and are slow to adapt to changing global realities. In recent years, there has been a rise in populism and nationalism, with some countries questioning the value of multilateralism and global cooperation. Despite these challenges, global governance institutions remain essential for addressing the complex and interconnected challenges of globalization. They provide a platform for countries to come together and address issues that transcend national borders, and they help to ensure that the benefits and costs of globalization are distributed fairly. In summary, globalization has brought both benefits and challenges to the world, and global governance institutions play a vital role in addressing these challenges. From economic inequality to environmental degradation, these institutions work to promote international cooperation and regulation to create a more sustainable and equitable world. And now, as promised, here is a poem about globalization and global governance. Globalization, a force to be reckoned with. Spreading culture, commerce, and trade. A world more interconnected than ever before. Yet challenges arise in its wake. Economic inequality, a growing divide. The rich get richer, while the poor struggle to survive. Environmental degradation, a cost we can't ignore. The planet suffers as we consume more. Cultural homogenization, a loss of diversity. As Western culture spreads across the globe with ferocity. Political instability, a consequence unforeseen. As power dynamics shift in this new global scene. Labor exploitation, a sad reality. As companies seek out the cheapest possible commodity. Terrorism, a threat that looms large. As borders become porous and fear takes charge. Intellectual property rights, a challenge to face. As innovation and creativity spur on the race. Cybersecurity, a new frontier to defend. As technology advances, so does the need to mend. Health crises, a wake-up call. As pandemics spread and take their toll. Refugee crises, a humanitarian concern. As people seek safety, a lesson we must learn. Resource depletion, a cost we can't sustain. As we consume and exploit, what will remain? Corruption, a scourge we must fight. As the powerful abuse their might. Global governance institutions, a force for good. Promoting cooperation, regulating as they should. The United Nations, World Trade Organization, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank, our global salvation. In the face of globalization's challenges, we must stand tall. Working together to create a world that works for all. Start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html?8 equals 7989335 as a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for support our AnHub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.